All right, welcome into Before Flooring, Essential to 5 on the floor here on the 5 Reasons Sports Network. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Also, make sure you're playing Prize Picks. Go to prizepicks.com, use code 5, FIVE. Get your initial deposit matched up to $100. We just did our Prize Picks, myself and David Eversole tonight. We actually both like Kyle Lowry. What do you know? I like him over 9.5 points. It's so low at this point. If he's ever going to score, it's going to be against a team like this. And then I kind of like he likes him over 4.5 assists, also a low number. I don't like Jimmy Butler over 20.5 points because I would think that the Heat would be able to rest him a little in the fourth, although we will see. So go to prizepicks.com, use the code 5, FIVE, or the Google Play Store, the Apple App Store. Get your initial deposit matched up to $100. We're also sponsored by our friend Mark Brown. Go to markbrownpa.com. He's the man with a plan. He can get you an estate plan. Mark is really good at explaining all that stuff to you. There he is. He's even pointing there to a better future. So go to markbrownpa.com and sit down with the man. I'm actually sitting down with him this week. He's done my title work for me for real estate as well. So he's the guy to go to. Go to markbrownpa.com, M-A-R-C, brownpa.com. All right, let's get to it. I got Timothy Bain below me. I've got Gregory Sylvander next to me. The Heat play the Magic tonight. The Heat are playing better of late. Not much came out of pregame. Except we got Alex and Brady down there, except that Eric Spoelstra said that Haywood Highsmith could be a swing guy when he goes to a 10-man rotation. We just did an episode on Highsmith over the past couple of days, and so you should check that one out as well. Also, we did a transaction stream, so we're not going to do a ton of transactions here tonight, okay? So let's get to it. This is the kind of game you got to win. I mean, that's just that simple. These are the kind of games they've lost, though. They've lost to Detroit. They lost to San Antonio. Orlando has some talent, no question about that. They got a lot of bigs, obviously, and Banchero's a terrific rookie. Wagner's played very, very well. But Greg, you got to build momentum tonight.
Yeah, I agree with all that. And then it's this damn Orlando Magic team that always gives Miami trouble. And I've tuned into some of their games, maybe not their most recent game, but a few, and they play a lot of big men. Like sometimes they'll have 4 centers on the court at the same time, or 4, not centers, like 4 bigs, I guess is what you'll call them. So I'm interested to see how Miami counters that and if Orlando gets to that and how much they do. And also, that there's always some dude on Orlando that's going to go off because that's how this happens.
It's always the same dude. It's Terrence Ross.
But he may not play. So like my Heat killer of the night, I'll just get it out there now. Go get his overs on Prize Picks with the code 5. Gary Harris. He's been playing better. He's been shooting better. He was 6 of 6 in his last game. I'm taking him over 1.5 threes made in this game. Watch for Gary Harris. I can't believe I'm saying that in 2023, but that's where we are. I still expect Miami to get a victory. Bam. All those bigs that they have, you can add them all together, and they still don't equal Bam Adebayo to me. So I expect Miami to get a victory.
All right, Timothy, let's get to, again, the way the Heat are playing, because it does feel like some things have started to come together. A lot of it has been Bam. We've talked about Bam a lot. Good article on the website right now by Alex Burns about how the disrespect of him is actually a motivating factor, and that's been a real positive. If you was to say one thing you want to see them get done tonight, what is it?
It's definitely against the new big of the league, which is Paolo. And I think Paolo got some more votes in certain categories and Bombs. I just want to see Bomb show you're good, but you're not me, And also the guy I talked about Bombs that offensively maybe his defense has slipped, and stuff like that is showing to get Bomb rather because I still think he's one of the best two-way. Is he a big? The man can do so much things, big ass bigs in the NBA. And I know we don't talk about transactions, but I just want to see how the Heat hopefuls look in this game. The Mo Bambas and the Gary Harrises. But for sure, they had the number 1 defense for the month. The month is almost over, but that offense has been atrocious. 25th in the NBA. I just want to see better looks, better shots.
But could they get caught tonight, Greg? That would be my concern. Obviously, that has happened before. So if they're going to get caught, I know you said Gary Harris, perhaps. My concern, and this is coming in on the comments, is there's a lot of talent on that team. They can get up and down a little bit. Their guard play seems to be improving over the course of the season. I actually think they're going to be a problem in a couple of years if they can figure out a way to kind of trade some of their young talent to get some vets to help them out. But let's pivot back. Kyle Lowry. Okay, I mean, it's elephant in the room, so to speak. And again, 9.5 points, 4.5 assists is where Prize Picks have, and those are not $28 million numbers. Is there anything he can do over the next few games to make you feel better about it, since it does appear he's likely going to be here through the deadline?
Not really. I mean, I guess continue to just play and be available and be willing to shoot. I guess I don't even really care what the percentages end up being. Just be willing to shoot the ball. I feel like that's something that they've missed at times from him. So just being aggressive from that perspective is, I guess, the most that I will have expectations related to Kyle Lowry. He still quarterbacks the offense and does good things, takes charges. There's positive stuff he does. He just does not, make he doesn't do $28 million worth. And so I don't think that anything he does is going to change that tonight or go forward.
I'm with you on this. I think that we're at a stage with him where it's kind of like, how do you make the best of his role, right? So the catch and shoot stuff should be better than it is, right? If he's going to be in that role, if you can't get him on the ball enough, how much should they get him on the ball, Timmy? I think Timmy's frozen up.
No, you glitch. I didn't hear the question. Sorry.
I said, how much should they get him on the ball?
So I actually said this last game. When the Heat have been playing pretty well with the Hero and Bomb duo, that's been percolating. But when the ball is in Hero's hands so much times, he takes less threes. For a team that's struggling to shoot threes, maybe our best 3-point shooter should be off the ball. So it's a mix. Like, the offense is doing good enough with the chemistry between Tyler and Baum, but we're not spacing the floor enough because the ball's in Lowry's hands. So I honestly don't know which one works. Like, are we okay grinding it out this way with the two young guys, or do we need to let Lowry be the QB so Tyler could take and make these threes? He like 10 threes, I guess 2-3 weeks ago. That feels like eons ago when Tyler was lighting up from three.
Yeah, Orlando always feels like a trap game, but they're on 2 days rest, Ethan. Like, there is no excuse for them to not come out with the right kind of energy and be able to match this young team. So to me, like, I know that Orlando has given Miami problems and historically been really competitive, and these games are close, and probably everybody's taken the plus 8.5 points that Orlando is getting on Better Edge. Use the code 5RSN and get $20 to start playing immediately. But they got to get this win. 2 days rest for this veteran team. No excuses.
Yeah, I'm with you on this. All right, so we talked about the Prize Picks. Let's get to that again. The picks, again, go to betteredge.com as well if you want to play the game tonight. The number, I didn't check the number tonight. I thought it was 9.5, but I maybe
8.5 now.
8.5. Go to betteredge.com. Use the code 5RSN if you're gonna play it there. We'll have coverage again after the game. We've got Brady and Alex at the game tonight, so they'll have full coverage. And then on Sunday, where they play on Sunday? I forgot it already.
They're in Charlotte, and unfortunately, I'm traveling, so I won't be there to cover it. But yes, 1:00 on Sunday in Charlotte.
Yeah, no doubt about it. All right, so everybody check that out. Thanks to Timmy for joining us. Thanks to Greg as well. Greg and I will be on the post game tonight. Have a good night, everybody.
100%. Just being able to get those reps at the beginning of the games. We'll see what coverages they're in, and then how they adjust throughout the game will, waiver our adjustments that we make.
Let's talk a little bit about how the Eastern Conference Finals last year made him realize, like, we need to change some things in the offense, change some usage to better our postseason offense. I know Boston was missing some guys, and the shooting wasn't really there the other night, but the way that you and Bam were able to work that game, the shots you were able to get, does that give you a little confidence that maybe this, even if the offensive efficiency isn't great, the playoff offense will be?
100%. After the game, I was talking to a couple of people, and I'm just like, I miss shots, but at the end of the day, all those shots were shots that I would take if we played tomorrow and played them again. So, like, that's the shots I took were in our wheelhouse, and that's what we want. Like, at the end of the day, I'm not going to go 4 for 19 every night. So to come in with that shot chart and that shot menu is a plus for us because we're getting the shots we want.
I'm sure it'd be nice if every game you guys hit 40% of your threes, but do you feel like this team might be a little less dependent on those threes falling just for regular season wins than they might have been in the past?
Yeah, I mean, we have a bunch of different ways to win games. You know, in the past it may have been working the ball from three-point land to inside the arc. And now, if we need to, we can lock in on defense, hang our hat on that end, and then almost bully ball you inside with our strength with Bam and Jimmy, and then, you know, getting into the paint, stuff like that.
Tyler, within the story on Vic, what's the most remarkable thing to you about his journey?
Just the way he's been able to, you know, stay with it. You know, it's been a long journey for him, going from, you know, injured to here, and then having to get surgery, and then, you know, come back and be in the position he's in today. Just impacting, you know, the game for us on both ends of the ball. And he's a very hard worker, and, you know, he's a great guy, great player.
It takes a lot of mental fortitude, doesn't it?
Of course, 100%. Like I said, just to be able to stay with it, coming here every single day, you know, knowing there's a light at the end of the tunnel, he was mentally very tough.
Heard him sing that to you?
Have I heard him sing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's a great singer. You should ask him. Great singer.
Yeah, I know that. I just wonder, can you hang with him?
No, I can't hang with him. I can't sing.
What's it like to meet the kid, Jimmy, from Argentina?
It was great, man. Felipe and his sister Zoe. It's incredible to know that I have fans like that around the world that'll fly 4,405 miles to watch me shoot a basketball. So much love, and I'm glad I could bring some smiles to their faces.
What were your thoughts when you saw the sign and you saw, you know?
Honestly, I was devastated. Like, I don't want to miss games. I don't. But I'm glad I did get to meet him, talk to him about it, because he's a huge basketball fan. He plays basketball himself. Actually does everything. He skateboards, he surfs, he's an incredible kid, so I'm glad that we could get to spend some time together.
Did you ever have a moment like that when you were a kid where you went to a basketball game, wanted to see somebody and they weren't playing or anything like that?
I didn't have money to attend basketball games growing up, man, so I can't say I did.
Jimmy, we're doing a piece on Victor Oladipo. What's the most remarkable thing to you about his journey?
That he's still who he is. I think with all the stuff he's been through, some people tend to like change, majority for the worse. Like I'm giving up on basketball, or I don't get the opportunity to be the same player that I was. He's still him. He's still smiling. He's still always putting in the work. He's a great teammate, great guy to be around, and the guy can still get a bucket whenever you need, and of course get a stop whenever you need.
Heard him sing yet here?
Yeah. He's singing all the time. I think we got to sing off in like 24 hours, so I got to prepare myself. Completely kidding, by the way.
How are you feeling physically?
I'm much better. Much better. I'm playing tomorrow, and that's all that matters. And I'll be ready to go for the long haul. That's what this thing is all about, trying to get everybody healthy, everybody comfortable, everybody confident. So I was able to get up and down. So far, so good.
The offensive numbers obviously aren't where you guys want it to be, but what gives you hope that the offense can come around?
What gives me hope is I could care less about offense. Honestly, I think whenever we're guarding, we can score 90 and make it enough if we're getting stopped. So offense or not, we got to lock in on the defensive end and take care of business on that side of the ball.
I know you don't like to talk about the offense, but I'm sure it'd be nice if threes are falling 40% every night. But with the development that Bam has made to his offensive game, are you guys less dependent in some ways on the threes falling than you might have been in years past?
I don't think so. I think whenever we're making threes, his job gets a lot easier. My job gets a lot easier. Tyler's job and Caleb's. And it has to keep everybody on the floor honest at every point in the game. So we're going to continually take them. We're going to continually take the right ones. Sooner or later, it got to go in.
Do you think the offense, as it stands right now, could be better set up for playoff basketball?
It is. We're a playoff basketball type of team. We just got to get there and get everybody healthy, and then we show up. don't ask me a lot of questions. It's 12:41. Practice is at 11. Duh.
Dan, we're doing a story on Victor. What's the most remarkable thing about his journey?
That he's back. I feel like that's the biggest thing because, oh my, oh, never mind. But his journey, man, is just, I think the most unique thing about him is his resilience. And then, you know, you can go to dark places when you're in situations like that, you know, being in and out, you know, going different places, and you know that can be a wear on guys. You know, most people don't know that, but like your mental has to be strong to go through something like that. So for him, I think it's just his mental of being able to come back and also, you know, feel like himself again.
What kind of a teammate has he been?
A great teammate. You know, he always walks in with a smile on his face, positivity. You know, he's one of those guys. He's even killed most of the time.
Have you challenged him to a singing duel yet?
No, I've never. I have no need for that.
Both you and Tyler last game spoke about kind of staying conscious of sticking with that pick and roll that you guys have been really good in. What's that balance like of making sure you guys go to that often, but also exploring other aspects of the offense?
I mean, it's a big part of our offense, so yeah, we can explore, but you know, it just depends on situations. Like if Tyler gets in transition and he's on the wing by himself, obviously they don't go to the trigger. But if we initiate something and it starts with somebody else or two other people like Cal and Jimmy, you know, we want to explore that. They're a big part of our offense, but it's just finding those pick and rolls in between, in the middle of the game, in transition. You know, mainly stuff where coach doesn't have to really coach us through. It's just more of a feel.
Looking at Orlando tomorrow, how do you think you guys match up with their length?
You from Orlando? You from Orlando? You asked that question like he was a Magic fan. But I mean, just what's the simplest thing? You know, make sure our passes are crisp, make sure everybody's in tune, locked in, knowing that length could be a problem. Just being able to just be aware of everything that they have going on and try to take advantage of them in transition when they can't load and, you know, when they pack the paint and everybody stretches their arms out. So basically finding manipulation plays in transition.
Yeah, I'm sure it'd be nice if threes are falling at 40% clip every night, but do you think, especially with the way you've developed offensively, do you think this team needs threes to fall at a high rate the way they might have been in the past?
Heck yeah. They do, just because, as you see now, people are starting to double Jimmy. So it makes it harder to double somebody knowing, you know, the next two guys from the first pass to the skip is stickers, and then you got one sticker in the corner with somebody cutting. I feel like, yeah, it makes a big deal, even though me and Jimmy are playing great offensively. Yo, is cooking down there.
Just bigger picture down the road, in what ways do you think you guys might be better equipped for playoff basketball offensively, just to be a high-scoring playoff team for that different style of game?
I don't feel like you have a lot of playoff series that are high-scoring, besides the one we watched recently. Minnesota and
Denver.
Memphis.
Yeah.
Memphis. Besides that, you know, I feel like a lot of teams, you know, slow down, possession by possession, and you know, you get those games that, like we had the other day, where it's in the 90s. I feel like that's, you know, playoff basketball, because if you go through an 82-game season, those possessions matter. Like, you know, you gotta make time of the time where you endured all that up and back, and hard work, and then you got to put it together. So I feel like playoffs just slows down. So it's not like, I feel like our pace is built, you know, for the playoff atmosphere. But you know, we still during regular season need to get out and run.
Well, the shot you've been working on, the dotted line shot, is that a playoff shot?
Yeah, it's in the paint.
Right. But is there any situation where you wouldn't be able to get that shot off?
Nah,
right?
I can get to that shot. The only way, if you literally put two dudes in front of me, and at that point, whoever's next to me is gonna get the ball, because it's not like I don't see my teammates.
I was going to ask you, what part of your growth this year are you most proud of? What specific thing?
One specific thing?
Yeah.
I don't have that. I'm proud of my overall game. You know, the one thing everybody's gonna say is the assertiveness, but nah, it's just me being able to hoop and do it at a high level. I feel like that's the one specific thing. Coming into the games, meditating, and having a sense of clarity going into a game.
It's funny, all the people who talked about, and I know we all asked you this, about expanding your game closer to the three-point line. I mean, leading the league in paint points. Is it clear that you don't really need to expand it beyond the paint to be as forceful offensively as you are? Because you're scoring plenty, even with 95% coming in the paint.
I feel like it's always good to expand your game, you know, but it's also not bad to really fine-tune the things that you're good at and make them great. You're great at. You know, it's always room for improvement. So I don't believe in, you know, you should just do this because you're great at it. No, it's not how I look at basketball. That's not how. Some of the greats are three-level scorers. A lot of the greats are three-level scorers. So, you know, obviously everybody has that desire to be three-level scorers.
That's still a goal in the back of your mind?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, man.
Thanks, sir.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Black Lives Matter, people.